What's up, guys? David Feldman-Makrias, and I am not on a channel that you have seen before or a website you have seen before. I am on growmyads.com. The title of this video is How to Advertise the Right Way for Car Dealers, or something like that. You know, I always make these working titles. But I wanted to start on this website is because I recently got off a call with the co-founder of Grow My Ads, Austin LeClear. Very solid dude. We had a great conversation recently, and we were talking about a lot of things. And the reason I want to mention him is because he gave me the inspiration for this title, How to Advertise the Right Way for Car Dealers. You know, we were talking about different clients, different niches. I deal a lot with the car dealer niche, and we were just getting into things. And I think this would be a very, very good thing to see. Austin and his company have been around for about a decade. Maybe more than that, and he does some great things with Google Ads. He's considered my competitor, I guess, but sometimes it's just better to have friends than foes. So let's get into it. I want to talk about how to advertise to car dealers the right way, okay? We're going to start with one number or one set of numbers, and this is the way you should unpack any marketing, any sales objective, any real problem. You're going to start with one number and work backwards. Let's get into it right now. So now I'm pivoting to an Excel spreadsheet as I usually do, right? So this is an Excel spreadsheet. We're looking at this, LM, sum of good leads, sum of sold in time frame, okay? LM stands for last month. This is a custom report that we put together for our dealers. This is from our VinSolutions. Well, this is from VinSolutions, but we work with any CRM, eLeads, VinSolutions, Dealer Peak, whatever it is. We'll work with you. But this is where we start. We need to see how many good leads, again, LM stands for last month, how many good leads did we actually receive? And then how many solds did we get from that? When we start there, then we scroll up and we could see a lot more than that. We could see lead sources, okay? We could see lead sources, lead source groups, and full lead sources. This is an example dealer. And there's a lot of lead sources to analyze here, but this is how we start our analysis. We have to start with how many good leads we received, how many were sold, and where are we starting to track those sales attributions. Sales attributions is not a clear-cut thing in automotive because VinSolutions in this example does a first lead source attribution, meaning the first lead that enters the CRM. But guess what? If I have a first lead source of Google and Google sold the vehicle, well, what brought them to Google? Maybe they heard a radio ad. Maybe they saw an email. Maybe they've been thinking about it for 2 weeks and they finally saw a Facebook post, got distracted by a phone call, and then said, "Oh yeah, I got to go to this dealer, so I'm going to Google them." We don't know, and that's why, again, we have to take the sold attribution with a grain of salt, okay? But this is where we start from a marketing perspective. I'm going to give you the analysis right here. Goobagoo is something on the website. It's a website plugin for those of you who are not familiar. It's a chat plugin for automotive dealers specifically. Goobagoo takes over buttons, right? Takes over call to action buttons on the dealer's website. So this is one of the main points of our campaigns. We're driving people on our digital campaigns, specifically Google, to where Goobagoo is. Goobagoo is that lead capture, right? So in this instance, there's 149 good leads that brought in an attributed 20 sales or 19 sales. So, okay. So now we know that, right? So now what do? Well, that's the lead source. That's not the only thing we need to look at. We need to simultaneously look at the analytics, which is your Google Analytics, and then we need to look at the ad campaigns, which in this case would be Google Ads. So I'm looking at three things. Number one, I'm looking at your CRM. I'm looking at how many good leads, how many sold from those good leads, and then we're going to backtrack each lead source. That's how deep we go. Second, we're going to look at your Google Analytics, and I'm going to show you right now. Let's dive into it right now. All right, guess what? We're looking at Google Analytics now. I'm looking at the same time frame, last month. I have specific dates actually blurred out. I got a lot of stuff blurred out here. Well, here's the thing. What am I looking at? I'm actually looking at campaign details, okay? I want to know on a specific campaign how we drove success. Okay, how do I define success? Well, I need to look at that in multiple parameters. This campaign, specifically on Google Ads, has two types of KPIs, two sets of KPIs for success. One being hard conversions or events, and the second one being, well, we got a little thumbs up. That's weird. The second one being impression share. Okay, so analytics is going to tell me in the same time frame what we're doing as far as hard conversions and events. Now, there's some caveats to note. Caveat is, well, what's the caveat, David? Analytics and Google Ads are experiencing conversion and event deprecation. So we have to take everything they say with a grain of salt. They're losing their ability to track things. Again, analytics, Google as a whole, Google Analytics and Google Ads are losing their ability to reliably track things. One more time, Google Analytics and Google Ads are losing their ability to reliably track important instances such as events, conversions across their platforms. So, doesn't mean we shouldn't look at them, but we don't take them with a grain of salt. Or we do take them with a grain of salt, rather. So, as an instance, I have a lot of these campaigns blocked out. I'm looking at our important events at the top. I'm looking at ASC click-to-calls, ASC form submissions, ASC form submission sales, ASC com submissions, ASC com submission sales, so on and so forth. I've isolated one campaign. Again, I'm looking at the date range that I want to look at that's comparable to the lead source report that I just looked at. What am I seeing? A couple of click-to-calls, few form submissions, couple form submission sales, one com submission sales, so on and so forth. So we're getting a few, less than 10 overall hard conversions from this one specific campaign. Okay, so that's what we see in analytics. So now what? We got to open up the ad platform. So let's open up the ad platform. Cool. So guess what this is, guys? This is the ad platform. And guess what? The labeling is all the same. It's the same as analytics. We related it to Google. We see where things are going. Oh my gosh, everything aligns. So now we can see on the ad platform what we've spent for this time period, which is the same time period, right? We see the impressions, interactions, but let's actually go to the metrics that matter. What are we seeing? Okay, we're seeing around the same, a little less than 10 hard conversions, calls, phones, chats. That's what we're tracking for this amount of money. Well, that seems like a steep amount of money for those conversions, right? I mean, that's more than $100 a conversion. But again, deprecation. Deprecation of conversion tracking across Google Ads and deprecation of event tracking across Google Analytics, especially GA4. It's happening. So we need to reliably understand that. Okay. So those are our first set of KPIs. Those are our hard KPIs. We do have other measurable KPIs, one of them being share or impression share. So we need to make sure we're owning the share in our market. Well, how do we do that? We're going to go to our insights report. This is how marketing works, guys. Are we getting the Are we getting the right sales? If not, are we getting the right leads? If not, or if yes, let's look actually to the campaigns. How are the campaigns generating actionable items for us? Are they? Well, they are. Okay. Can it be improved? Let's look to the ad platform. Do we have the right conversion setup? Do we have the right share? This is the basics. This is how to run car dealer ads the right way. I know I'm being adamant on this, but it's not an exact science. You have to know when to look at the leads, when to look at analytics, and when to look at Google Ads. And oftentimes, we look at all of them all together. That's our job. It shouldn't be your job. It should not be the dealer personnel. This should be the job of your marketing professional. If you are not getting this granular, you are missing the boat. I'm going to repeat myself. If you're not getting this granular, you are missing the boat. One more time. If we're not looking at the leads, and we're not looking at analytics, and we're not looking at Google Ads simultaneously to paint a picture and a story, we are missing the freaking boat. This is the time where the budget has to work as hard as it possibly can, right? The budget has to work as hard as it possibly can because there are less buyers in the market, right? Maybe not less buyers, but there are more shoppers because they don't necessarily have the same funds that they did when they did during COVID and during times of lower interest rates to make purchasing decisions. So guess what? Your marketing has to be that much more effective to reach that right person at the right time. If you are not doing it this way, you are missing the boat. Let me show you the last piece here. Okay. Google Ads. I'm going to look into the insights. Cool. I'm looking at insights now. This is how to look at share. Okay. Still looking at our Grand Cherokee VLA campaign. I have the competitors blocked out. Date ranges blocked out. Some things are blocked out. Well, date range is open, but whatever. So what am I seeing on this? This is one chart. This is what I look to is our soft KPI for Google Ads VLAs. Okay. Soft KPI, 86% impression share. We're at the top. We're above all our competitors. Look at that blue line over there. We are at the top in our area. That's where we need to be. We know we are well positioned. We don't necessarily have to add more budget because guess what? Depending on your settings, Google's going to always ask for more money. Oh my God. Google's a money monster. At some points, it does make sense to throw money at Google, but at other points, it doesn't. Diminishing returns, guys. I am not just going to push your money on Google. You have to allocate it wisely. This dealer wants to dominate for this vehicle because they have a lot of them. They have big discounts on them, and they want to be at the top, regardless of what conversions we're getting. And that's why we separate this car in its own campaign so we can dedicate that budget and actually make it show. These are all parts of the strategies. This is everything we look at, and this is why this is how you do it to run car dealer ads the right way. So, long story short, in conclusion, you have to simultaneously look at your leads and your sales. Your CRM will tell you that as long as you're monitoring it and managing it correctly, and will give you an accurate picture. But guess what? You can't just believe that. The CRM has flaws. You're going to look to analytics. Analytics will tell you what on your website is converting, how your campaigns are working effectively. If you don't have the right reports set up to know on a campaign level, on a car level, to know your true ROI, let me know in the comments. I can help you fix that. I can set up templates for you. This is what we do for our clients all the time. Anyways, analytics. I'm getting passionate. Analytics will tell you what things on your website is converting on a campaign level. And if someone tells you that, like your existing marketing company says that they can't do it, then they don't know because you can. A lot of people don't know the right answer. That's okay. Sometimes I don't either. But in this instance, me and my team do. Third, you're going to look into the ad platform, Google Ads. In this instance, we're going to go to that specific campaign, and we're going to look at our hard KPIs, which is conversions. Does it illustrate the same story? And then we're going to look at a soft KPI, which is impression share. Are we getting our results in those hard and soft KPIs from the ad platform? If we are, great. If we're not, then we need to make an adjustment. That's how we run ads the right freaking way. Let me know in the comments what you think. I know this is a passionate video. One platform is not going to give you the story. You have to line up your leads. You have to line up analytics. You have to line up Google Ads. And you got to look at them all simultaneously to paint this nice picture of you, because the lead attribution in your marketing is often a puzzle. What's working? What's not working? How do we know it's working? Blah, blah, blah. And it's getting more complex by the second. If you don't have help, you need to find some. Truly, you need to find some help on this because it's important. I was talking about this yesterday on a different video. You wouldn't know what video I recorded yesterday because I'm not in, day order. The average car dealer in 2023 spent $500,000+ in advertising. 20% of that $500,000 went to Google Ads. 20%. That was by NADA, sponsored by Digital Dealer. 20% of the budget. It's $100,000. Advertising expenses next to people are some of the most costly to your business. You got to make sure it's cost effective for you. You have to. It's paramount. There is no other time that you need to be this much geared towards your advertising than now. Market has changed. Recession is here. We need to make sure that you are utilizing it the most cost-effective way possible. If you don't have a team, comment me. Okay, end rant. Thank you very much. David Feldman-Makrias. See you next time.